actually use data a lot to influence the skeptical, or even not the skeptical, right? But I'm a very practical person. People who knows me will tell you I'm very pragmatic and very practical, right? I always tell people numbers can tell you something, but in real life, it doesn't tell you everything. So I would definitely like to be able to bring statistics and bring real life, how I put it, insights to the room. I give you a case in point. Just give you an example. There was a focus group that we did before. And just to prove to you why people not necessarily do what they say. Okay, now, there was a focus group. We were supposed to, at the time I was dealing with product development, right? And you have a choice of colors. So you have like candy colors, more solid colors, right? Like black, white, blue, right? More. And we tried to launch this product. We said, okay. And this was really a group of, I can't remember which segment was it. And they're supposed to pick. Okay. Yeah, but what was very interesting was in the room, we asked everybody, okay, when you look at it, which one do you like? Which one would you buy? Which one would you choose? A lot of them actually choose all the candy colors. For instance, many of them, including guys, choose candy colors and everything, right? But then we said, okay, now, and we have maybe a majority of people. If I just finish the study there, very likely we say candy colors is going to be the choice colors, and we will go production with candy colors, because statistics will tell you that the candy colors, right? Numbers tells you that. And we ask the people, okay, now please, you as a way of you participating, you can pick something and you go. Guess what did they pick? They didn't pick the candy colors. They picked the solid colors. And we say, why do you pick the solid colors? Interestingly, it's because it says that it fits my wardrobe. I don't want to show people that I'm using this. It's too loud. Now, I'll give you an example. The choice that they make versus statistics actually not necessarily matches also. So I think sometimes we have to really ask ourselves, when do we use statistics to even prove the skeptical, you know? Because if this skeptical are the ones say, I bet with you nobody will choose a candy color. Actually, this skeptical is actually right. But if I want to go to challenge them, no, see the statistics, 80% actually would choose it. You see my point? So I think we cannot be blinded by statistics and data alone. We also got to be a lot more open in terms of, at the end of the day, some of the behavior, psychological choices that people make as well, which is the people-human component that is beyond number itself, if I may. So I feel it's a balance, right? So that's why I say being the pragmatic statistician by training itself, I will tell you, is the cup half full or half empty? I tell you, it's both.
Yeah, indeed.
Right? It's both. Why do I even want to give you a definitive answer? I don't have to. Right? In fact, we should do everything we can, you know, to provide a much broader perspective in terms of how we think. And I always said, whether you see the cup half full or the cup half empty, both they are trade-off. Both give you different kind of actions that you take, but both got to be considered.
I think different constituents of your employees have different issues, right? And what close to their heart. Like, for example, the advisors very close to their hearts would be how they better interact with the customer, delivering customer experience and so on. So it's very different from when you speak to the other side of it, like for example with compliance people, right? So they are on the other side of it, that they, not to say that they don't think about customer experience, but that is not their direct counterparts, so to speak, in a way that they have other bigger stakeholders like the regulators, the board, and so on. So you need to make them understand the customer experience is very important, that we all align in the same objective of sustainable growth, for example, right? So you get to identify the common theme that cuts across all functions within the organization. Or when you speak to the operation team, for example, why is it that customer experience is important in the growth of organization. So you must identify the common thread across the different, for the whole organization. So one thing I mentioned customer experience. I think that is a common, one of the common theme that I have to make sure that it's consistent across the organization. So you can, for example, also have impact. If you want to talk about impact, then there's also the similar theme that you can have across different functions. So everyone need to see that it's all interlinked, and everyone has a role in the mission to fulfill that purpose.
Data and stats and all that, right? Often it's something that we don't necessarily share widely because it's part of our secret sauce, right? That this is data, we can see things quite differently from the way other people think. For example, when we did noodles in Nigeria, the per capita consumption was virtually zero. People may argue that there's no market, right? But we thought differently. We tended to compare that data with other emerging markets where there was rapid growth, and we said, look, the opportunity is unique. If we can persuade people to eat noodles in Nigeria, and if we achieve the per capita consumption that Indonesia had, this would be the vision of the business. And then we presented the idea that, to the senior leadership at least, the opportunity was massive.